Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. I wasn't going to make a video today. I got way too much going on, but I came across some information while doing some homework on the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone X. Yeah, I know they want us to call it the 10, but X just sounds so much cooler. It sounds so sci-fi. iPhone X. I dig that. Anyway, yeah, I'm always doing homework. In between full-time work, full-time family, responsibilities, chores, there's always homework going on for the channel. Even when I'm not creating content, I'm doing homework. Yesterday, did a live stream, by the way. I talked a little bit about these devices announced by Apple. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's just me coming on without any forewarning. Just decided I had the time to do it, so I came on and wanted to talk a little bit about it and get your feedback on it. And so thank you for all of you who jumped in and shared about a half hour with me during the live stream. I appreciate it very much. Always fun to be able to have a little bit of time with all of you and just share. And I love the feedback. So watch the video if you haven't and give me your take on the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone X 10. Anyway, T-Mobile announces a deal yesterday, okay? T-Mobile announces $300 trading deal for the iPhone X, iPhone 8. T-Mobile was well prepared for today's iPhone reveal, as the carrier has already publicly announced trading deals for the Apple's latest smartphone refresh. The carrier says it's giving $300 to any customer who trades in an iPhone 6 or newer in good condition for an iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, or the iPhone X. Remember, that's not going to go on pre-order till October 27th. On the 15th of this month, you'll be able to pre-order your 8 and 8 Plus. For those interested in the latter extra costly device, which costs $999 smackaroos for a 64 gig model or $1,150 smacks for a 256 gig model, a $300 credit should help ease the pain a little bit. And you know what? For some of you, it may not ease that pain for quite some time. Anyway, then it goes on to talk about the watch and so forth. So that's awesome. T-Mobile already throwing up deals for these new Apple products, the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone X 10. Now, just about 20 minutes ago, I was checking this out. T-Mobile just got burned by Apple and the iPhone X. Apple announced that the iPhone X, iPhone 8, and iPhone 8 Plus today. Okay, so this was written yesterday, because this is talking about the announcement. They're all great phones in many ways, but they have one fatal flaw for T-Mobile and its customers. No support for T-Mobile's new LTE network. Right now, T-Mobile is in the early stages of rolling out a brand new 600 megahertz network nationwide. The first sites are already online, and T-Mobile is expecting to cover 1 million square miles by the end of 2017. But the 600 megahertz network uses a brand new LTE channel, Band-71, and very few devices support it yet. Sadly for T-Mobile, you can't add the iPhone 8 or iPhone X to that list. And then there's a specs page for the iPhone X. Anyway, the specs page confirms that the iPhone X confirms that it supports all the usual North American LTE bands, but not Band-71. However you frame this, it's a blow for T-Mobile. The iPhone X is widely expected to spark an upgrade super cycle that will see people on the iPhone X 6S spring for the upgrade, since they're buying a phone that they expect to last for years. That phone, expected to last for at least 2 years, won't be compatible with the LTE band that T-Mobile is expecting to be the backbone of its network going forward. Compatibility with 600 megahertz will become a big deal for T-Mobile customers, assuming you like actually using your phone when you're out and about. Lower frequencies travel further and penetrate buildings better, which all adds up to superior coverage. Man, that's what I want. Superior coverage for my family and I, especially inside buildings or in rural areas. Verizon has relied heavily on its 700 megahertz spectrum for years, and it's a big part of the reason it keeps winning coverage awards. T-Mobile's 600 megahertz network promises to be just as good or better, but you can only take advantage of it if your phone is compatible. 600 megahertz compatibility is only going to get more important as time goes on. T-Mobile is planning on having 600 megahertz coverage over 1 million square miles by the end of this year. And by the end of 2018, it will play a big part of its national coverage unless you have an iPhone X, 10, 8 Plus. Yeah. I mean, for me and my family, this is great. We left Verizon 3 years ago to go over to T-Mobile, and we have had a great experience with T-Mobile. Sure, there's going to be a few little bad ones, but nothing that has changed our mind in making that move. We have a great plan for our family. Our connectivity here in Oregon is wonderful. It can be spotty in areas at the beach or traveling along the Columbia Gorge into the mountain areas, which we do a lot of. But it's gotten better over the last 3 years. And if this is going to make it even better, more superior for the money I pay for my devices and my family's devices and for our plan, this is awesome. You will be able to purchase unlocked devices that will have Band-71. Okay, so you'll have that compatibility. But it should be important what you pay for these devices, whether it's $50 to $1,000 smacks, and what you're paying for your plan. This is great stuff. But what isn't a good thing to hear is that you have these new Apple devices, these iPhone devices, the 8 Plus and the iPhone X 10, that are coming out, and T-Mobile is going to be selling them on the 15th, pre-orders for the 8 and the 8 Plus, October 27th, pre-orders for the iPhone X. And they're not going to have that compatibility. You want your phone calls coming in, going out, messages coming in, going out in spotty areas. This is going to help out a lot, tremendously. But those devices aren't going to have that. And for me, it's not going to sway me from bringing in an iPhone. Whether it's the 8 Plus or the X, I'm still going over all of that. Because I know I can sell whatever device it is that I bring in. I know that. But for some of you, it may sway you if you're just the average consumer who's looking to upgrade from one device to the next. And if that device isn't compatible when it comes to connectivity and responding to Band-71, then, hey, it's going to send you a different direction in looking into another device, like the LG V30. That's up and coming here soon. For me, it's a must. Will I pick up a device for the channel that doesn't have that compatibility? Sure. I most likely won't keep it. But unless it's just an outstanding device and I just can't get rid of it. And I have many devices, so for me, as long as I have one or two that I know will have that compatibility with Band-71, with T-Mobile, then when I'm out and about in those areas, that's the device that I'll be using in case there's an emergency and I need to make that phone call or get that phone call in or send out a message. Yeah, I want to know that I can trust that device. And with T-Mobile, for me as a T-Mobile customer, or if my family's out and about and they're in a situation where they need to reach me. So, you know, I just wanted to share this with you today and some thoughts on it. What do you think? Is this going to sway you from picking up the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, or the iPhone X? is this a big deal for you? Is it not a big deal? I think it's something to think about. Unless you have 3 or 4 or 5 devices that you are always playing with, you know, whether you have a YouTube channel and you review devices, or you're just that average consumer that likes to collect devices, you already know you're going to have 1 or 2 devices you're not going to be too concerned, because you know that you're going to have that coverage. You know you're going to have that compatibility. So Band-71 is going to be there for you, but you just like bringing in other devices. But I'm talking about for those of you who are just upgrading or picking up a device, and maybe you're getting rid of another device, you're trading it in for another device. Is this important? Is it not important? Let me know down below. Let everybody know down below. Let's start a conversation about this, because I think it's very important. You know, you have these devices a lot of people are looking forward to, a lot of folks, consumers are looking forward to, and they may now not consider the iPhone 8 Plus or the X due to the fact that Band-71 is going to be there. Sure, that trade-in deal, that $300, maybe that's enough for you to say, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway. Or either way, maybe you don't have something to trade in, and really it's no big deal to you. You never leave the city anyway. Hey, again, we're all different. We all have needs and wants that are going to be different from each other. So maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe that's not a need for you. It is for me when it comes to my family and I, and having the best for what we pay for with T-Mobile as our carrier. And I hope whoever you are with and what you are paying, that you are getting great coverage. If not, then you should be going somewhere else. So anyway, there you go. We'll be leaving that link down below. And until my next video, this is my Project 13. Thanks for listening. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. If you leave a thumbs down, let me know. I've gotten quite a few thumbs down on the live stream video, but there's nothing there telling me why there's a thumbs down. Is it because I was talking about the iPhone and you didn't like that? Because that's not typically what I cover, and you give me a thumbs down. If so, just leave it down below, man. Give me a reason why I'm getting this. If not, give me a thumbs up if you like the content. It's not whether you like what I'm talking about, but if the content is there, then leave this. Anyway, God bless. Have a great day. This is my Project 13. You are my Project 13. Peace. I'm out.